spark, same street light glow. Shed blood on knuckles, dreams we didn't know. Swore on the night we'd never choose a side, but time drew a blade and we learned how to divide. Laughs turned to rumors, trust turned to dead. Every promise a ghost we both tried to forget. Now they chant our names like a curse and a crown. Two kings enter, only one leaves the ground. I see myself in the scar on your face. Every step forward put us further from grace. In the three stages of hell, let it burn, let it break. For the title, for the truth, for the vows that we fake. Brothers to enemies, bound by the spell. One last war to survive. Three stages of hell. Chains on the floor, fire in the stands. We circle like wolves with blood on our hands. Every cheap shot echoes years of regret. You swing like you're trying to make me forget. The bell is a gunshot, the crowd wants a crime. I taste iron in history, mixed in with time. You whisper my name like it's something you hate, and I hit you back harder than fate. In the three stages of hell, hear the bones when they crack. All the love that we lost coming out in the attack. Brothers to enemies under the spell. Round one draws blood in the pit of hell. No ropes to save us, no rules to hide. We spill through the crowd, let the chaos decide. Concrete confessions, chairs speak the truth. Every impact rewrites our youth. Through hallways of echoes, broken and wild, we fight like the ghosts of a fatherless child. Pin me on asphalt, on memory, on pride. Everywhere hurts, nowhere to hide. No countouts, no mercy, no referee's grace. Just hatred chasing us place to place. In the three stages of hell, anywhere counts. Through the wreckage of dreams and the body's accounts. Brothers to enemies, casting the spell. Round to leave scars all over hell. We're breathing in ash, breathing out blame. Too far gone to remember who started the flame. The crowd's gone quiet, they know what's next. Steel waits above us, final and bare. The cage drops down like a sentence passed. Every second inside moves slower than fast. Steel walls rising, no place to run. Just me and the damage that we both done. You climb the cage like you're chasing the past. I drag you back down, make the moment last. Your eyes say traitor, mine say liar. Every breath feeds the funeral fire. We bleed on the canvas, we bleed on the There's no victory song, just a beating drum. I hold the title, but I know too well I buried my brother in the cell of hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of Wrestle Empire, the final match of the evening. And I hope you liked that little hype package detailing the history of these two from their moments in TCW footage. Thankful of Mad Dog. Please go check out his channel. And then from the start of World Wrestling Affliction, leading up to this moment, the 3 stages of hell match. This man right here, Trav, walking in, hoping to walk out as your world champion. He claimed to be starting a war on World Wrestling Affliction when he first started. And for a while, he was winning that war. But come War Games at Last Stand, he lost it all. He lost all the gold. He started losing soldiers left, right, and center. By his own doing, I may add. Until only him and Kitty Hagen stood. And Kitty Hagen fell at Legacy. So this is no longer a war between Trav and Parabellum versus World Wrestling Affliction. This is the war between Castro Lazara and Trav. I mean, these guys have had this historic rivalry for many years across multiple companies, and it all accumulates to this final match, 3 stages of hell. We kick off with a singles match, then a Extreme Rules match, and if we need a third point, it will be a Hell in a Cell match to end the night. Now, the way this wins, obviously 3 stages of hell. It is first to 2 wins out of the 3 matches. It is a way to have a definitive champion. There you see Castro rocking his custom world championship while also holding the former world championship that he won from Luther Ramon at Road to Destiny. And we're off. Big knee to the face. Trav immediately just kicking things off here. I don't think, although we asked for the match, I don't think Trav wants a Hell in a Cell match. I think he wants it to be done in 2. He just wants Castro beat, though maybe, just maybe, he wants Castro to win one of the points so that he can deal as much damage as possible in that Hell in a Cell match. You got to think Castro definitely wanting it in 2. He was the one that asked for Falls Count Anywhere, and I'm sure he has a plan in mind for that. These two getting into some chain wrestling here. Apologies, I had to do something real quick. Okay, back in the match. And these guys still doing a lot of chain wrestling here. You got to think, is this a strategy to try weaken your opponent leading into the next match? I mean, the more weak and weary they are leading into the continuation matches is definitely a bonus for you. Nice DDT there from Lazara. Oh, nice Pele kick coming out of Trav now. And Trav going for something, but Casho reversing, getting fired up now. Trav with kick. And here we go with the back and forth punches now. And the chops and punches coming out of these two. Casho asking for more. That big punch across the face. And Trav ends it with a big punch. And there we go. Just a flurry of punches from both of them. They're finally getting into their second gear here in this first match. No more chain wrestling there, looking to beat each other down. Oh! Big basement drop kick there. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Now Trav back to his feet. Casho with the rollout. Casho is already looking a bit fatigued here in this first match. Nice Hurricane Runner off the top rope. Barely able to get to a pin, and Trav rolls out of the way. That's not looking good for Casho if he's already this fatigued after the first match. Nice roll up from Trav. Goes to the cover now. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Definitely not enough for the 3 count there. Drops the knee, busts Casho open right above the eye. That is definitely a severe cut above the eye there. And don't worry, folks, after every match in this 3 stages of hell, our medical team will check over the wrestlers and confirm that they are fit to compete for the next match. Oh! Double underhook gutbuster there. And Castro still fighting, despite having that giant cut right above his eye from Trav's knee there. Oh, here we go. Spiral tap, but misses. Trav saw it coming a mile away. Big super kick. Going to the top rope once again. Spiral tap and misses. Oh, nice bridging suplex pin. Only a 2 count though. Goes for a second cover. And Trav with the cheating now. Only a 2 count. Trav trying to cheat the first victory out of the win here. Oh, but that sit down torture rack goes to the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Trav has gotten the first point here in this best of 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have it. It is the first fall of the 3 goes to Trav. If Trav wins the next match, then that means that he will win the titles without having to step into the Hell in a Cell. Though if Castro wins the Falls Count Anywhere match next, then we move on to Hell in a Cell in the third match in this series to have a definitive winner. And I am very scared to think of what a Hell in a Cell between these two will look like. And this was already a hellacious battle. I mean, if this was simply just for the title, this match alone, I think the fans would have left happy. But congratulations to Trav on the first point in this 3 stages of hell. We will have a momentary break while the medical staff check on both these men to make sure they're physically capable of continuing for the next match. And then we will be right with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in our second match. Castro has been taped up a little bit. His shoulder was a bit injured. He's got a big cut above his left eyebrow now. But he's coming in fired up. He knows that it's all on the line here. He has to win this Falls Count Anywhere match, or he loses the title to Trav. And immediately coming out of the gate strong here in this match, I think that time to recuperate, I mean, he's gone from being very fatigued, barely able to move, to now just a fireball of energy. Though you've got to think, even if you win this match, you need to keep some energy for the Hell in a Cell match. There's no point going balls to the wall in this match, using all your energy, and then losing the Hell in a Cell because of it. Oh, and we're going into the fans, ladies and gentlemen. We're fighting through the crowd. Castro just destroying Trav here in this second match of this 3 stages of hell. Immediately just throwing him around. Oh no. He's got a metal baseball bat. Now we've seen in the past what Castro can do with a metal baseball bat. Famously in a Iron Man match in the past, for a literal minute, no hyperbole there, a full minute, Castro assaulted Trav with a baseball bat. Just head assault after head assault. It was surprised that he didn't come out of, oh my god, Castro Nation on to the concrete there. My gods, I can't believe it. Through the table now. And now Castro Nation once again. You gotta think of the poor head and the ribs of Trav here. It seems like Castro came into Falls Count Anywhere with a goal in mind. Oh, here we go with the steel bat, just targeting the legs now. Now Castro fighting it out now. The ref stopped the momentum for Trav. And I think Castro's starting to run out of breath. He's just watching Trav there. giving him time to recover while he tries to catch his breath. Now the two staring it down as Trav starting to get some hits of his own in. You can see the fatigue on these two already, and they're only in the second match. They still have a full Hell in a Cell match after this. As these two just brawl it out around the arena. Now Castro is starting to get some hits in. Throws Trav. Trav's still trying to get his bearings after countless head bounces off of that concrete. Tripping him up now. Now Castro on the main stage, taunting Trav. Now Trav got some recovery time because Castro was too busy taunting and is now finally getting the offense in that he needs. Throws Castro over to that computer screen now. That Titantron. Big DDT head first onto that stage. And then head first straight into that Titantron. And again, surprised those screens aren't broken. They are very durable. Oh, here we go. A third Castro Nation to the outside. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Castro has won match 2 of the evening. And that was very well methodically targeted from Castro. I think he had this arena plotted out. I did see him earlier on in the night before the show started, walking around the arena, around where the fans would be, just scoping it out. And I think it just proved that he knew where he could get some weapons. Why there are steel bats and kendo sticks in that backstage area, I have no idea. That just seems dangerous to me. But there you see the third Castro Nation onto that ramp after already having 2 to straight concrete. Castro evens it out 1-1. We are going to Hell in a Cell for match 3 in this 3 stages of hell. But we will have medical team look over both these guys and make sure that they're still medically fit, especially Trav. Oh no. What is Castro doing? No, he's not doing what it... No. Castro, no. Not like this. Castro's finally snapped. And just swinging those chairs. Those chair shots straight to the ribs that he's already been targeting in this match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, while the team set up the Hell in a Cell ready for this main event, our medical staff have been checking over both the superstars, especially Trav, after the complete assault that Castro landed on him at the end of that match. I mean, it was bad enough that he got put through tables straight onto concrete. It was bad enough that he was assaulted with a metal bat. To then have 2 Castro Nations onto concrete and then a Castro Nation onto the ramp. How this man is still standing and walking. From what I'm told, he has some bruised ribs, possibly a broken one, but Trav being, although he is a very unlikable guy, I have to give him respect. even though he has possible broken ribs, he's going into a match that could very well injure them more, could very well break more of them, because he wants to send a message to Castro. He wants to end this rivalry definitively, and that leads to the match he wanted in the first place, a Hell in a Cell match. And I can't think of a more fitting way to end the rivalry between these two. I mean, we've already seen both of them get a win here tonight. This is for all the marbles. This is for the gold. This is for the glory. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. In this final bout, both men injured, both men very sore, but they have a cell to go through. They see the taped up ribs of Trav there. As I said, guaranteed bruised ribs, maybe some broken ones. They didn't have time to do any x-rays or anything. And they see the demented Castro Lazara. He's just walked into this match a whole different man. We've always seen the worst of Castro brought out by Trav. And I've got to say, at the end of that match, that assault, that's not like the Castro that we know. That's not like our world champion. That is a whole different man. And then you see the giant scar above his left eye from where he got busted open and it got glued. You can just see it on Castro's face. He's not here to play games anymore. He's here to end this. And he wants to do it his way. He doesn't want to bring out that dark side of him that he's brought out in the past. No, no. He wants to definitively end this championship reign. End this reign of terror from Trav is what I was looking for, not championship reign. He wants to continue his championship reign is what I'm looking to say. That man Trav right there, you can see him wincing every time he moves with those broken ribs. But he's still here to fight. He's still here to try win that title. There you see Castro holding both the titles. The title he won from Luther Ramon, his custom world title, held above the ring, above the ref's head, I should say. As the cell is lowered, the final match begins. Who will it be? Will it be Castro? Will it be Trav? Both these men beaten, broken, bruised, damaged. They've already spilt blood, sweat, and tears already in this series of matches, and they've still got one more to go. And Trav just immediately using that cell to his advantage. Now this is what Trav wanted. He wanted to be locked in the cell. He wanted it to be so that no one could claim that Parabellum were on his side, though this was before Parabellum completely turned on him. The fear of failure that Trav sowed into the heads of Parabellum got too much. And now he's all alone. No backup. And I think he feels like he doesn't need it. He's beaten Castro time and time again. Castro never even beat him for the World Championship in the first place. His teammate won the War Games match and he just won the title on pure chance. And these two just fighting on the outside of this arena, just throwing each other around. Throwing him into the steel cage, steel steps now. This is very much how we saw this match happening. Them gonna use the steel cell to their advantage. And Castro now starting to throw Trav around. And I think he keeps trying to throw him into the side of that cell to try injure the ribs of Trav a bit more. But Trav keeps putting his foot down to stop it. Oh, here we go. Big slam into the cage once again. Now Castro trying again to throw Trav into the cage, but Trav keeps hooking his heels into the ground and deliberately tripping himself. Oh, but there we go. Throws through the cage. Now Trav. Oh my god! Trav just threw Castro through that cage side. We are out on the outside of the ring now, ladies and gentlemen. Anything could go here in this match. This is not false count anywhere, though, I must admit. The pinfall has to count on the inside of the ring. The ref has no advantage here, or no help here, I should say. He just has to try get him back in the ring. And here we go. The camera not being able to... There we go. I was going to say... Wait, the ref is back up on the cell with him. Is this a false count anywhere match? That's what you have to think. And a senton onto those broken ribs. Goes through his standing moonsault but misses. Trav almost tripped there. That is a huge fall. You do not want to make that fall. Trav luckily realizing it. Castro dangerously close to that ledge there. Now Trav bringing him to the middle. And big leg sweep there. And then the stomps. And more stomps. Targeting that injured shoulder that Trav injured in that first match. And again, just stomping the shoulder of Castro Lazara. Big DDT onto the steel cage. Castro's just laid out now. And Trav is just relentless, not stopping here. Now doing some taunts. Well, Castro is just completely... Well, Castro was still on the ground, but Trav picking him up. Oh, no. No, no, Trav, don't do it. No, no. Oh, oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we just witnessed a murder. Trav just threw Castro off the top of that cage and is just staring down at Castro. Castro motionless for a long time, finally getting to his feet. How he's able to walk, he landed basically legs first there. I'm surprised they aren't broken. That was such a hellacious fall. Oh, and Castro busting Trav open now. And a Castro Nation to the outside, targeting those ribs. And these two just... Castro trying to catch his breath, but it gave Trav some time to recover too. I don't think Trav knows what he wants to do. It looks like he's thinking of climbing again. And he's trying to get away from Castro. That's all that he knows that he needs to do. And he's climbing again. Castro follows him. These two trying to fight each other off. And they drop. And Trav attacking Castro again. Big uppercut. And Trav limping away. He still doesn't know what he wants to do. He's waiting to see if Castro will even move. And now Castro climbing to the top. Will Trav follow him? That is the real question. And folks, I've got to say, this has been one amazing end to a season. I don't know how season 2 is going to top this. As these two men just brutally beat each other left, right, and center here. Oh! The that wasn't even a Castro Nation. That was something else. Oh, the big scoop slam there. But wait, what? It looks like the roof of that cage has just been... like mangled in that corner there. It looks unsafe to be fighting up there. And now, oh no, Trav. No, I see what he's trying to do. He notices that the structural integrity of that roof panel is not up to par right now. Is he trying to do what I think he's trying to do? He is literally trying to murder Castro here in this match. Busting Castro open now. And the flurry of punches and kicks coming from Trav now. Oh no. No. Oh my god! That double underhook pile driver. How Castro is still standing after that. And the torture rack. Sit down. This is it. Goes to the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed a murder. As I said, this wasn't just a match to Trav. This was a war between him and Castro. He had to prove that he didn't need Parabellum here in this match. He had to prove that he was better than Castro. and he literally attempted to kill the man. Not only throwing him off the top of that cell as he fell so high off the ground, I don't even know how high, feet first onto the ground. How Castro was even able to walk for the rest of this match, let alone wrestle, I don't know. But then, as the moment that scoop slam broke the structural integrity of that roof panel, there you see that double underhook pile driver through the panel, and then Trav's signature torture rack sit down was enough to put Castro down for the 3 count. And ladies and gentlemen, we end with this man right here, broken ribs and all, bloodied face, your new world champion, ending season 1 as champion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in about 2 to 3 weeks' time for season 2, starting on WWE 2K26.